Well, I can tell you that today Our Lady has wandered to the Arctic, and she is an Inuit lady. I think we used to call them Eskimos, and it's correct now to call that nation of people Inuits. So, all the things that, we used to associate with Eskimos, we associate with Inuit people. So, there's reindeer, there's those things that build out of ice, igloos, all the things that as a child you would associate with that part of the world. So what I've done is what I want to do today is to make this page without any painty stuff, really, because I'm afraid that you aren't entering the competition because you think you can't paint or you can't draw or whatever it is. So let's just go over what the competition is, and I should have got these out, but I don't know where they are now. Yeah. No. Well, they're very similar anyway. The competition is on both the Miss Paint-A-Lot page and the Miss Paint-A-Lot art group page. And all you need to do to enter is to do a travelling lady, a wandering woman. Pick your country. Generally what we have is a lady in national costume or a stereotypical lady of that nation. Several things that speak to you about that nation that are you'd look at and think, Morocco, for example, or Eiffel Tower, France. So, but I've been saying to you for ages, and all you need to do then is go to either of those pages. You'll see the comments pinned to the top. Post your entry in the comment below. That's all you have to do. It's not about whose entry is the best or the most worthy or whatever. You just have to have done that to get your name in the hat. And then on the 23rd, 20th, a week today, I will put all the names in the hat, pull one out, and you will win yourself a nice set of Posca pens, which are fabulous and which I use so often. So, yeah.
We have Shaz has joined us.
Hi Shaz, hope you're feeling not too bad today.
Paula's joined us.
Hello Paula, thanks for joining.
Alison Young has joined us.
Hi Alison, thanks very much you guys. Like I say, I'm sure you've got groovy things to be doing on Friday night.
Just explain what we're going to be doing again today.
So today we're working in our Wandering Women book, which is an altered book. An altered book means it was a book about something else before we've come along and painted all over it. This book happened to be a book of Renoir's paintings, etchings, sketchings, whatever, some of which I love and I'm going to leave. I can't possibly even dream about painting over them. I mean, that's beautiful, isn't it? And this parapluie, I've always loved that painting. So that's definitely not getting painted over. But some of the other ones I've deemed, I love her as well, I've deemed them worthy to be painted over by me. And this is our Wandering Woman. She changes wherever we go. She's always a lady that is stereotypical of the country that we're trying to portray. So this time I've actually made her look a bit like a bother girl, but look past that. She's got a felt beret on, she's got a stripy little top, and we've got this sort of French street scene, the balloon passport stamps. It just says, I'm in France, and, this here says, the habit doesn't make a monk, but I could have easily put that in English and not been such a show-off.
Georgia P says hi.
Hello, Georgia.
And Shaz says bad day today, unfortunately.
Oh, no, Shaz. Well, I hope I can take your mind off it for a little while, eh? Hopefully. And that was it?
That's it.
Okay. And this lady travelled to India. This is all fabric, which we stuck down. And these are those, little cheap jewels that you get from Poundland in a strip for £1, obviously. that was a stencil of the Taj Mahal, and this is another stencil of a mandala, but you get the impression, the background, herself, and the Taj Mahal's a bit of giveaway, you know, we're in India. And then this girl is our Dutch girl in the Netherlands, this fantastic Dutch painter, Jan Vermeer. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words here. Which we printed out, I didn't actually paint it. And put in one of those chipboard frames that you get. It looks nice. This I did paint. It's a stereotypical Dutch windmill, and got these out of a magazine. Oh, I think we photocopied them actually and just stuck them on, and there we are. So that's the 3 that we've got. And today we are doing we're doing the Inuits from the Arctic. So I really have been bashing on to you for ages about you don't need to be able to paint to enter the competition. And I really want to show you today that that is the case. So we bought a tin of black spray paint from the pound shop. I really hope you guys have got a pound shop or a dollar store or something near you, because I am their best customer, I can tell you. And I went through some magazines. I didn't have the Inuits in my mind. I was open to any country, really. As long as I could get enough stuff about them. And I found this magazine that was actually doing sort of a travel thing to the Arctic Circle. So we have our lady in a sort of reindeer skin. Oh, it makes you feel cold thinking about it. Then this was just an image that I found in a Google search. North Pole. So that's, you know, self-explanatory. These polar bears, they were just a Google search too. There's one small and one large because I can't just quite work out what size I need them to be. I just printed the image out and cut them out. And the aforementioned igloo. And then this, which was in the magazine, which is fabulous, I think. It's this dog sled. That's it. It was across 2 sort of pages of the magazine, and I absolutely love it. It's perfect for what I want. Couldn't believe it when I saw it. I did contemplate scanning this in and printing it out again, getting these 3 dogs again and putting them there, but I decided not to because I've got my igloo and other things to do.
That up that end, aren't we?
Putting it up there. Yeah, I think that's where we decided. We always have a bit of a plan, you know. Maybe not much, but a bit of a one. This igloo looks a bit on the large side. Might have to... No, you'd be all right. I'll get there. And then, of course, I've got the polar bears and blah, 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 blah. Right. So, time to get cracking then.
You will notice no painting.
No painting. No painting at all. The only thing we've painted so far is this black. And actually, you can still read through it. I can still see that says acknowledgements and that says paintings. But I'm not fussed. It's fine. It doesn't matter. So the first thing we're going to do is put some splatters over this black.
Karen Smith says hello, and Angie Roberts says hello.
Hi, Karen. I hope you're feeling okay today.
And Dorothy apologises for being late again, but she hasn't missed it.
You haven't missed anything at all, Dorothy. Just the ramblings of an old fat lady. So I'm going to put some splatters on, and I'm going to use white.
And Georgia P says she's shared fear.
Oh, thank you, my love. That's really, really good of you. If anybody else feels that they can share, that would be great. I would really appreciate it. I mean, the numbers of the group are going up a little bit now. And certainly the members of the Miss Paint A Lot page itself are going up. And I'm quite convinced that's because you kind people share for me. And therefore we get, get seen by a new audience. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, so these are the colours of my splatters. That's white, that's a sort of silver metallic. I don't know if you've seen me use these before. And metallic blue. So what happens is...
You need to cover up the bottom half, won't you?
Yeah. Basically, you just add quite a lot of water to your paint if you want it to splatter, because it won't splatter if it's solid. So that's probably enough there. I'm not overly fussed if I get splatters on the bottom, to be honest, because I'm probably going to end up having to do something on it. So just put some stars in the sky. Really doesn't matter if I get white on the bottom because it's all snow. The way this is sprayed, because the book pages have been up slightly, you can see that this bit here is slightly lighter, and I love that. I really love it. It's just a tiny detail, but it's made me quite happy. So let's wash my white off. Bring some, yeah, I need a bigger tape. Bring some,
Not told anything.
no, I think I'm all right, it's just this paper. The silver's probably going to look to the eye pretty similar to the white, but I'm hoping if we get it in the right light, it's going to look quite nice. So it's the same, just load your brush up. A fan brush works best, and an old fan an old fan brush works the best of any. You know, the more raggedy it looks, the better it works. So let's bring some water over to this. Make it nice and watery. I'm just going to, yeah, it's just a bit gloopy, that one. I feared it was. Don't want too much of this business on. But it's a good start, isn't it? Without even having to paint a thing. And if you haven't got those paints, just do white. You know, snow. It's going to be fine. Right, so I just need to dry those and me.
Georgia P says she can't imagine you having raggedy brushes.
Yeah, I do have raggedy brushes, and I can't bear to throw them away. That brush, that little fan brush there, I think I've probably had for, I don't know, 20 years, maybe even more. And it's, you know, still got it. Can't bear to see it go. So excuse me a minute. This looks nice, doesn't it? I quite like the blue in with it.
Shaz says even she can do splatters.
There you go, Shaz, you're on a winner. Black ordinary paint will do. I mean, we did it with a spray paint because, well, actually, truth to tell, we had it in already. But I know we got it from the pound shop, so... and it's quite a good thing to have a black spray paint because you can spray through stencils really easily and get a good finish with a spray paint. Not quite there yet. So the next bit coming up is quite groovy, quite exciting. I'm quite excited. I just really need this to be dry, I'm sorry. I think that's got to be something like dry. These ones have all swollen up. Remember what you were saying, Paul, about heating up acrylic paint? These ones have done that. Right, so our next trick is as follows. It is the Aurora Borealis, or the Northern Lights. And I've looked at loads of pictures today on Google about what they look like, because I've never been fortunate enough to see them myself. And Mr. Fixit, who's spent quite a lot of time up in Norway, Sweden, Iceland, whatever, he's never seen them either. So he feels quite cheated about things. So we're going to paint our own. And I'm going to use those metallic paints that I used last time on the background of the steampunk lady. These ones that are in German. What have we lost?
String.
It's here.
We're using the new string.
Yeah. So this one here, this pink, it's called Vine Rot Metallic. So it sounds like something to put you off drinking on a Friday evening, doesn't it? Wine rot. However, I don't really care what they're called. This one's pearl, this one's metallic pink, this one's metallic blue. So, let's give them a shake first. We have been experimenting today, and it did sort of work for us, so I'm hoping that it's just going to work again. I'm using metallics because I've got metallics. I'm using fabric paints, not because they're fabric paints, they just happen to be the right colour that I want. That's all. I'm going to tidy up as we go. Right, so I'm just going to leave those lids out because there's plenty enough paint on there for what I want to do. So I'm sure some of you have seen this before, but I'd never done it before. So you take yourself a piece of string. And once again, can I tell you, I was going to leave these in the bag and show you. You get 3 of these for £1 from the pound shop. Right, so I'm not asking you to go and spend the earth. That's just chop it off there, please. Yeah. All right, lovely. I'm just going to sort of roughly half that. And that's about half there. I'm going to get a paintbrush. And you sort of have to mix this. Sorry, Paula. I could tip them out, but I just waste too much paint. So, and you need to paint your string. Now, you need a fair amount on, but you don't need too much on. And it's kind of, like I say, we've been experimenting today. It's kind of difficult to know when exactly is the right amount. But you need it all covered. So spin it around until you can see that you have actually got it all covered.
Don't do the very end.
Don't do the end because you need your fingers on that end. Right, so that's kind of that done. And now I'm going to do the blue and the pearl. We tried it without the pearl and it didn't stand up to it too much. If Paula's watching, she'll be having a fit.
Why?
Because I'm contaminating things as I go and I'm forever telling her off about it. But actually, if you manage to mix these two, you get a really lovely purple as well, as you would. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but never mind.
Just as you saw the Northern Lights.
Oh, did you?
Which a children's centre to Iceland for a Christmas present. Yeah.
Okay.
I got sent to Iceland for Christmas, and all I got was some frozen peas.
Right, I think we're okay there. I'll just leave that brush just now in case we're not okay. Right, so on half of the.
Take them away.
No, I'm going to leave them there. Just right. So I've got the two ends that are paint free in my hand, and I'm just putting it down, forming some coils. Might have been a bit tight with the old string here, like that. Then I am going to have to take this away, I think, because I can't really see what's going on. Quick, you should be doing this relatively quickly before the paint dries. Apply some pressure and then get Mr. Fix-It to pull it. So literally all you're doing is pulling it out of the book. So let's have a look then and see what's happened. Not so much. Didn't put enough paint on. Right, I'm going to have to.
You can see that if you pull it off, you'll see it.
Yeah, I mean it's there. It's lovely. It's gorgeous. But we need some more.
Do you want me to paint it up?
Yeah, you can paint it up if you want to. It actually does look quite quite
We
pretty.
intended doing this twice anyway.
Yeah, I did intend doing it twice, but
Some of
now
the
I've
pearls,
absolutely
so
got to.
I can have the paints. There's not enough in this lids.
I think there is. There's loads in the lids.
There's loads in the
It's
lids.
just you'll contaminate the whole pot otherwise. The first one that we did didn't work out that well in as much as we had loads of paint on it. It didn't work too well. But we kind of got the hang of it as we went along. And that was my final one, which I think is really pretty. It's delicate and pretty. As I said, I'd seen people doing this sort of thing before, but I'd never had a go myself. So we had a little experiment today. So that's just the same thing. Half the strings painted pink, half green. Fold it over, pull it out. You leave the loose end in. You've only got one end coming out with this one. So there's a little trick for you. I think you'd agree. Well done, Mr. F. Marvellous. You stuck to it.
Yeah, I painted too many at the end.
Oh, right, okay. Right, so before this dries then, let's get going. This book that I'm putting on is for no other purpose apart from to make a equal sort of pressure. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. It's really gorgeous. It's just not showing up on the camera, I don't think, too well.
You can see that. You can definitely see that.
Should we have another go with, like, just
Pearl.
pearl? Or just loads of pearl? Loads of pearl and pink.
Another bit of string then, eh?
Pearl and pink.
Or should I leave that and just...
That'll be fine. Unless it's too sticky to handle, if you're fed up, you know, if it's horrible to handle.
No.
Yeah, just pearl and pink.
It's just I do need where the pearl on there.
Yeah.
I need lots of that. Lots of the pearl.
Put the blue away. Yeah, we found earlier that it's the pearl that makes it visible on the black. It's difficult. Silver paint would probably do, and for you,
all of it in.
Yeah, in pink. Yeah. For all of you that furniture paint, some of the companies I know do have, you know, the metallics in pots and whatever. If you've got a pearl, one of those, that's fine. That'll do. Any sort of pearl. As I say, we are using fabric paint, only because it's a pearl. I've got it, so that looks well wet.
I'll be pulling it off. Don't worry.
Okay.
How's that looking?
That's lovely. Get it on the book.
Get it on the book.
Try and leave it up here slightly more because this is barren. It's barren. Yeah. I don't know. We should have started with a longer piece of string.
Yeah. I think it's part
now
of...
I've decided that.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, come on.
Magic hands.
Oh, let's just pop that away. Oh, it's so exciting. I can't wait. It's that way. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's lovely. Too much paint on it. Let that be a lesson to you. Don't put too much paint on.
Can't say that's too much.
But it's lovely.
It's going to dry.
It's really, really lovely. Right, so that's our Northern Lights. Great. That's that finished. So the rest of the thing is how I'm going to arrange all these things on my book. I don't want that right up to the top because there's obviously snow behind her there. Yes. And I've got this igloo's like absolutely gigantic. I'm going to chop the bottom off that. Who lives in an igloo that size? It must be for a family of 12.
Gotta get all your dogs in.
Holy dogs. I'm going to cut that bottom bit off anyway because I don't need it. It's just snow. That there's just a shadow, so that's going as well. Right, that might be a bit more of a manageable igloo size. Let's move that to there. These to here. So this really is all dependent on what you manage to scavenge out of magazines, pretty much. That I'm probably going to put there. Sorry. The lady, she's going there and she looks a bit bare around her, to be honest. Might pull the dogs further over this way. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's all right. Move these dogs to here. Now we're going to have a bit of a kerfuffle with the polar bears. There. So which polar bears fit best? Probably the larger ones, I think. Yeah, larger ones. So we'll put that there. That's cute, isn't it? That little baby polar bear, like it. Right, so what this is all telling me now is that this background of the book is not white. If you look at it, it's really not the same colour. And actually, a lot of all this is a very, very, very pale blue. Need to put the lid on these before they dry out. So I think I'm just going to give that a quick scoosh over with light blue. You don't have to do that. This is just me being a pain, really. So I'll just get another plate then, and mix up some very pale blue, really pale blue. If you heard the adult language off camera,
that was me getting paint on my foot.
It was Mr. Fix-It dropping the pot of pearl paint.
It was only the lid.
Oh, it was only the lid. Oh, right. Oh. Then it's hardly worth bothering with, is it? Shall I use tinting white or shall I use... yeah, no, I'm going to use proper white. Oh, I thought you dropped it all over everywhere.
No.
Again, we had a brush-o incident not that long ago. Ooh, hello. Not that long ago. I'm just going to use this cheap...
just adds a bit of colour to life.
Cheap brush. Let's see how much of this... Come on, girl. Ultramarine we need to make that a blue rather than a... Yeah, that's fine. I don't really want it all mixed in. I quite like the idea of there being sort of streaks. Streaks is the word. Streaks. So is that your slippers triggered then?
No.
No? Still another 10 years left in them,
Yeah, you know me.
You've actually, to get Mr. Fix-It to change his slippers, like even when they're dropping off his feet, you actually have to get up before him and chuck them out, physically put them in the bin and get a broom handle or something and stir it round so he's, you know, can't get them out again, because he would. Yeah, I quite like that. It's just changed the hue of it, can you see?
They charge so much for them though.
What, slippers?
Yeah, but a fortune.
They're not that dear.
They're dearer than shoes.
No, they aren't. Well, you wear them more often than shoes anyway.
So if anybody's looking for a Christmas present for me, you know what to get.
Yeah. Size 8. My dad was funny when he was alive. They had a coal fire, and it was my dad's job. I mean, they were, after he retired, they were sort of apportioned jobs. And Dad's job was to set the fire every day, clean it out and set the fire. And because of that, he spent quite a lot of time, because he was quite elderly, he wasn't very fast. So he spent quite a lot of time on his knees with his toes of his slippers, you know, in a kneeling position. And so he used to wear out the toes of his slippers. And he had those Dunlop ones, you know, the way that old folk do, tartany ones. So he used to very exactly cut around the toe like a peephole toe and carry on wearing them forever. Oh, dear me.
Man after my own heart.
Well, I guess when they were brought up, you know, it was a different do, really. Now we're just so blinking disposable. Everything gets chucked out. Right, so I've put just the lightest blue on there. And I think it's just, it's going to help. Yeah, look at that. It's going to help us a goodly bit. So I'll just give that a quick dry. I think I said to you last time, when I dry things in this book, because I've stuck 2 or 3 pages together, it all buckles because of the water content in the paper. But once it dries out, it's fine. It comes back to flat again. So don't worry about that. Okay, I think we're there now.
It says because it's Friday the 13th, she had a bag of birdseed that split on her and they went everywhere.
You and Mr. Fix-It, eh? He's got paint, you've got birdseed. I bet you're very popular with the birds, though.
Friday the 13th, we've got Freddy.
Right, so I'm just going to see where I can put these. I don't think I need all this on the bottom there. I'll cut that straight, but I don't think it matters at all. I mean, the magazine you get, or the thing that you get from the travel agent or whatever, you know, it might be about Barbados or, I don't know, Sweden, wherever. But just go with it.
She'll say she's got 4 pairs of trainers with only the right foot.
You're very heavy left-footed.
Apparently the dog eats the left.
Oh my goodness me. They're funny, aren't the dogs? I mean, why particularly your left foot?
Well, I think we can only assume that Shaz's left foot smells more like sausages than the right.
Yes, I think that's a fair assumption. Right, so that's going there. But before I stick it down, I just need a quick doodah of me other bits. And that, what?
I was just laughing because that's nothing like we arranged this.
How did we arrange it? I can't remember how we arranged it. See, I like that snow. I like that blue bit on it there. I think it looks so much better. But is that not how we arranged it? How did we have it arranged then?
You can arrange it however you want, but how we had it, it was something similar to that, with that over there, polar bears over here, and standing next to the igloo.
All right. Welcome to my home.
Something like that.
Yeah, okay, that's grand. I shall do that.
But that doesn't make it any better than...
I think she needs to be straight like that. Right, okay, that's fine. Let's do that. And we have got our motto as well, which was doing well until Mr. Fix-It just a couple of minutes ago just put paint all over it. Let's have a look. So
Zoom in on that.
I don't know really where that needs to go.
Keep it on this guy for now, and we'll zoom in so they can read it.
Unless you're the lead sled dog, the view is pretty much the same. It tickled me, so yeah. But I'll leave. I don't know. I don't want to fill my sky up because I love my sky. But
you could drop your.
I could put that there. I'm not so sure I like these running right off the page. It's probably a little bit nicer there. Polar bears on the bottom. North Pole lady. Yeah, okay. So we'll fix those there, and then we'll worry about what we've got to worry about then. So it's a Pritt stick type job, I'd say. Everything's paper. As I say, this igloo was just from Google Pictures, Google Images, should I say. So basically, really what I'm saying is you don't have to paint anything at all. You can get by with just pictures, either from Google, from a magazine, whatever. I mean, I like painting things, and I might even come back into this page actually and paint something. I might, it's possible. Sorry?
Might smudge a bit of blue colour into the snow or something.
Yeah.
We'll try and avoid the yellow snow.
Yeah, don't eat the yellow snow.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Right, so here's my dog sled, which I was really pleased to find. I think I'm going to put that up pretty level there, actually.
Catches the eye less.
Yeah. I'm just going to fold that over so I can get that crease in there. I've got my brayer. I'm just going to run the brayer over that, give it every chance to stick, and over the igloo. Got to be a bit careful here because I've got other pages underneath this and I don't want to break anything. Right, that's that. So I'll put the other end, the front end of the dog sled in. I mean, if you've decided to do Bermuda or Jamaica or something like that, then obviously, quite obviously, you're not going to have the Northern Lights. But what you are going to have in those kind of beautiful countries is sea and sand. You know, beautiful blue skies. You don't even need to worry about clouds because there won't be any. And sand, which is just a light brown, yellow, ochre sort of colour.
Palm tree.
The odd palm tree. There's your picture pretty much done. Just go onto Google, find what the national costume is for that country, print the lady out, plop her there. Jobs are good.
Karen says she forgot to buy a Pritt stick.
Oh, Karen.
God, I'm making it well hard for myself, LOL.
You
Mine
are.
might look like that of a 5-year-old. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Who said it's got to look like a 6-year-old? Not me. So I'm going to pop that at a bit of an angle, a bit of a jaunty angle, like that. Did you know that there are 3 North Poles? I'm sure you do, but I'll tell you anyway. There's the geographic North Pole, which is this one. There's the magnetic North Pole, which is, as you know, there's a magnetic north and magnetic south. And then there's the geomagnetic pole. Is that right? Yeah. So when you say to somebody, I'm just off to the North Pole, you best make it clear to them which one you mean. Right, now our lady. I've watched quite a few programs about Inuits, and certain times of year they round up all the reindeer, and they're away from home for a long, long time. And it's so cold. But they have a very, very strange diet. Strange to us, I mean. They eat, I don't like that, I'm chopping a head off there, that's it. They eat whale meat, don't they? Am I right in saying that?
I
think so, yeah.
Seal meat.
Yeah.
Fishes.
It's a very, very fatty diet. But it kind of has to be, because they need blubber to keep them blooming warm. I'd be fine there. In fact, I'll be off now.
Just says it looks like a 2-year-old.
Okay, well, who said it had to look like a 3-year-old?
He's definitely cheating on the lady, and why not?
Yeah, why not? Why ever would you not? Do what makes you happy. Just get yourself in that competition, because you've got to be in it to win it. Don't forget, guys, if you can share, I would so appreciate it. I mean, don't share to places where there'll be no interest in this, but if you can think of a group or a person or a page or whatever that you think would like to see what we're up to on here, then please share it. It just expands our audience. Right, so that's just going kind of on the bottom of the page, and I'm just gonna brayer it out. Yikes, mind your head.
She didn't know that. I think she must be talking about the 3 North Poles.
Ah, well, there you go, Paula.
Shaz says they eat mouldy whale meat.
Yeah, don't they bury it or something, or leave it in? They leave it in certainly in Greenland. They leave it in sort of bins outside the house. In Greenland, everybody's front door is at one set of stairs, because when it snows, it snows up to that level. Right, so what are we going to do with this then to cheer it up?
Certainly in one of the Nordic countries, they bury sharks, don't they, for like a year?
I don't know if it's sharks. I don't know. I don't remember it being sharks, but it stinks, doesn't it? It's Sweden, I think. Maybe Denmark. I don't know. It's one of the Scandi countries anyway. Right, what am I going to do to this then to cheer it up? Well, sitting looking at me is this. And I kind of like the idea of doing just a very light blue. Still got some blue on my plate here.
Whilst we're on fun facts, of course, the North Pole's not always been the North Pole.
No, it used to be the South Pole.
Because the magnetic field every few million years reverses.
Yeah.
So north becomes south and south becomes north.
Fun and frolics.
So if you're following a compass one day and get lost, maybe that's what's happened.
It'd be hysterical, wouldn't it?
It'd be hysterical, yeah.
Yeah, and when people are talking about global warming, can I just reassure you all that there is another ice age coming? There just is. It happens. Is it every 11,000 years?
Approximately.
Yeah. So, it might hopefully put right the things we've made so awfully wrong. I want this blue, but I don't want it too blue. So let's see about that. Let's just drop this sponge in here and squeeze it out. This might work, this might not work. As I've said to you before, if you haven't got, this is what they class as an artist sponge. It's just a natural sponge. If you haven't got one of these, go to Poundland or anywhere. They usually sell 2 sponges, 2 cheap bathroom sponges for £1. Chop them up and they will work perfectly well. I used them for years before I ever bought these.
Karen says, no way, it's no wonder I never know where I am.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying it's true you don't know where you are. Yeah, I think that's better. I'm not sure that you can see that, but it's actually looking a lot better. There, maybe you can see it. Yeah. But you don't have to go to all this fuss and, just do it till you're happy and stop. And I honestly do not care if it looks like it came out of a kindergarten. That I don't care. That's the truth. I just want you to give it a try, get your hands dirty, and find out that you really love doing things, that you love creating stuff. I'm sure Paula will tell you the joy, absolute joy of creating. Paula? So I'm just going over this bit that I cut out, just to tie it in a little bit.
And so she likes it. It looks more realistic.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't right. I just wasn't sure how to put it right. I love this little polar bear. He's so cute.
Of course, the Arctic is more ice than actual snow.
Yeah, which is kind of blue.
Ice is generally blue.
But I'm still going to splatter. You're not going to stop me splattering, I'm afraid. We're having a snowstorm here before we finish. That is much better. I don't know if is the camera picking that up? I don't know, but it is actually a whole heck of a lot better. Now you lot can do that. I mean, the paints that we've used, yes, all right, I use metallic paints for that, but you can use, as long as you mix white through it, whatever colour you use, and you'll have the same effect. I just want it metallic. And black paint from the pound shop. This was an old magazine. These were Google images, and that was a Google image. I've used blue paint and white paint and a bit of a moth-eaten sponge. And that's kind of it, isn't it? I don't think we've used really anything more. I like that. I'm going to leave it alone before I wreck it. So what are we thinking, people? We're liking that. So I'm just going to splatter my white.
Zoom in a little.
You can, if you wish. I lost my plate with the white on. I'll have to get another one. Oh, I haven't put my thingy on yet either.
Get the northern lights.
Look kind of cool, don't they? Kind of groovy. There she is. Yeah, I made it quite small now. She's never going to fit in there. First of all, we started off with a house for about 600 people. And now, well, a little polar cub will fit in there, but that's about it. Anyway, that's...
perhaps just the netty.
Yeah, perhaps just as they call it up here, the netty. So I'm just going to put some white... oh, God, I can't find my words today. What do you call it?
What?
Splatter. White splatter over the white bit. I haven't got any white
left. A bit of snow going on. People are loving it and sending hearts.
Are they? Well, isn't that good? See, I told them you could do this, but until they actually see that you can, they think you're talking rubbish. Which, hush, I know what you think. Furthermore, peeps, we're going to finish on time today. That's an all-time first.
Theo says hello there.
Hiya, Theo. Do you have a nice holiday? Oh, for some reason this wants to splatter all over me. All right, let's add some more water. How are you doing, Theo? You off out tonight? Right, so it's now decided it wants to splatter, which is great, because I want a bit of a snowstorm thing going on here. This white paint doesn't want to leave here.
You probably have to just do it when you finish, because of course it's white on white-ish, so it's not showing up particularly well.
This isn't working particularly well, so I'm going to get another brush to bang it against. Yeah, look at that. I'm quite liking doing this. I'm going to have to force myself to stop in a minute. I think that's probably enough. Right, so let's have a look at our finished Inuit lady. There we are. Look at the groovy northern lights. The sky with the splatters in, which I really like that. I know Angela Anderson, acrylic artist, she's queen of the splatter, so I don't want to take over your position, Angela. It's just I too love splatters. And then we've got this dog sled, which I found in a magazine, the Inuit Lady magazine. Google. That's it. You've seen everything that we've done, apart from spraying that black to start with.
You said he enjoyed his holiday?
His holiday, yeah. Well,
thank you very much, Matthew.
Yeah, that's good. I'm pleased. You work hard, you deserve a rest.
Paula says she's doing a Ziggy and having a bath and still listening.
Oh my God. What is it? Does anybody know what it is about my lives that makes people want to take their clothes off? What you really have to hope for is that one day you don't tune in and I've taken my clothes off. Because that's not good.
It's pretty niche fetish, isn't it, really?
Where am I going to put my thingy, man?
Well, we had the naked chef. We could have the naked artist.
This isn't right.
Do you want it smaller?
Yeah, I want it smaller, please. Can you print it out smaller? Thank you. It's just too big to go anywhere. So I can put it up there, but then that's taking up my lovely northern lights, and I don't want that. So I need it smaller, and I'm going to put it in there, I think, or there possibly. So do you now think realistically that all or most of you can have a go at doing something along these lines? I hope so. Really hope so. Like I say, if it's somewhere sunny, plain blue sky, plain sandy beach. If you don't know what that looks like, ask Theo. He's just seen it. It's a long time since I saw a sunny beach, to be honest. I can't bear the thought of going in a bathing costume. Oh my God. No, I can't bear that. So, I don't know whether to just say goodbye to you now or whether to...
Send that to the printer.
Oh, it's been sent to the printer, so we're all right. Right, well, I'll quickly run through the competition again then, so as everybody knows what's going on. Let's see if I can find the right ones this time. Might be those ones. On my page, the Miss Paint-A-Lot page, or on the Miss Paint-A-Lot art group page, you'll see pinned to the top is the details for the competition that is open now until the 20th of September. That's a week today. And you need to have your entries in by 4 o'clock UK time on the 20th of September. And what you need to do is to do something of our wandering ladies, wandering women. Obviously this woman's wandered to Inuit Arctic. You've seen the others. This one's wandered to Paris. Yeah, great. That's great. This one's wandered to India. This one wandered to the Netherlands. She's a globe-trotting lady, but everywhere she goes, she takes the appearance on of that nation, and she wears the national costume. And then we try and select 2, 3, 4 things, maybe 5, whatever, that's really shout that it's from that nation. You know, in the France one, I put the Eiffel Tower. In the Dutch one, I put a windmill. So it's something that's, really shouts out that's where it's from. Right, so now I've got, oh yeah, forgot I was telling you about the competition. So once you've got your spread done, it can be on canvas, it can be on a piece of paper, it doesn't matter. Put it in the comments of that post that's telling you all about the competition, because it's the fact that you've put your picture in there will get you entered into the competition. It's not how good your picture is. There's no judging. It's just the fact that you've entered the competition. Your name will go in the hat. And then next Friday, all the names will be in the hat. One will get pulled out and you will get yourself a lovely set of Posca pens. I'm always going on about them. I use them all the time. They're fantastic. And, like I said, I'd love to buy you all the set. I can't, so one person will be getting that, and I'll send them wherever you are in the world, because I'm feeling generous.
Laura Smith says she's loving the glimmer in the sky.
I know, isn't it amazing?
Northern Lights. And Jessica Kimberly says howdy.
Hiya, Jess. How you doing? You could enter our competition. Win yourself some Posca pens if you want any. Probably got some already, but one can never have enough Poscas. Like you've got plenty of time on your hands.
Karen says she changes her face and everything, the Wandering Woman.
Yeah, she does. Yep, she certainly does. She's actually not the same lady at all.
Chameleon.
A chameleon lady. I hope that you're also enjoying the whimsical ladies that I'm doing at the moment. I'm enjoying doing those enormously. I feel so free when I'm doing them. Right, so that's about that. So where shall I put this? For those of you that missed what this saying says, it's apparently an Inuit saying. It says, unless you're the lead sled dog, the view is pretty much the same. In other words, you're looking at the dog in front's backside. So I don't think I needed to spell that out, but somehow I just felt compelled to. So I'm just going to pop this on with Pritt Stick. I'm just going to put it along there. Just up into the sky. Yep, there. That's good. Right, and that is actually when you enter your lady, your wandering woman, make sure that she has got, they call it something in particular, but this phrase or whatever it is, make sure that she's got it, because otherwise I'll have to tell you what.
Not that particular phrase.
No, not this particular phrase, a phrase.
An appropriate phrase.
Yeah, appropriate to your country.
You've got them on your other ones, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got them on all the other ones. The French one says, in English, it says, a habit doesn't make a monk. I thought I'd be smart with myself and do it in French. This Indian lady's got, O soul, thou art at rest, which is lovely. Especially when you realise that the Taj Mahal was built as a mausoleum. I can't remember the guy's name, but he built it when his wife died. And inside, the first sort of thing that you see when you go into the Taj Mahal is this word, obviously in not in English. O soul, thou art at rest. And so I've written that there. And that's her. And this Dutch lady has got When It's Spring Again. And you have to be of a certain age. In fact, you have to be of my mother's age, really, to remember this. Because it was by a guy called Max Bygraves. And he used to sing, when it's spring again, I'll ring again, tulips from Amsterdam. So I just wrote When It's Spring Again because it amused me somewhat. So there we are. There's our Inuit girl. It's looking quite good, really, considering everything.
With no painting at all.
With no painting. So you've got no excuse. The only reason I can think that you might not enter is because you don't want to win any Poscas. Who doesn't want Poscas? So there we are. Look at that sky. And there we go. Inuit lady, igloo, dog sled, polar bears, North Pole. Come on.
Northern Lights.
Northern Lights. Come on, people. Right, okay. We will be back to normal on Monday. It will be 4 o'clock UK time. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing. Might do Wandering Woman. I might do my whimsical ladies. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I will do my best to entertain you. Until then, I hope you have a cracking weekend. Take it easy. And Shaz, I hope you're feeling better soon. I really do. And Karen, stop tipping things over you. It's not good.
Karen says she loves it and the singing. if you don't enter the competition, there'll be even more singing. We'll sing until you do. You don't want that. Trust me.
All right then. Bye, folks. Thanks so much for joining in. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.